Good morning, Mayor Dan Pope. Happy Good Friday. Quick weekly update. First of all, let's talk about the Lubbock Animal Shelter. We talked a couple weeks ago about this. You know that last month we had a presentation at a council meeting about where the shelter is, and I think the council may have been caught a bit off guard by some of the stats. I think although we've not made a policy decision, it was our direction to management that we need to turn things around there, that we need to be better, that we need to do a better job of matching found pets with families, and maybe more importantly, working for adoptions and foster situations. And we've moved, it's a couple things we're doing. First of all, we've had several free adoption events, and pay attention to what's going on there. Second, we've moved one of our key people down here that works for Mr. Atkinson. He's moved her out to lead the turnaround efforts on an interim basis out there. We're also doing a national search for a director for our animal shelter. We're working closely with Texas Tech. They've got in particular, one PhD that's an expert in this area, and we've asked for a little help, and she and her students have been helpful. But I think the idea is that once we have a new director in place, that come back to council, and we'll probably issue some kind of, or make some kind of policy decision. But we're working our way towards that idea that we can be much more humane, and that we shouldn't be euthanizing all these pets. One request: if you've been frustrated with the animal shelter in the past, give us another try. Okay, we're trying to do right by our pets and by our citizens, and so we would really appreciate that. Second thing, we got our credit rating reports last week. So 3 weeks ago, we met with Fitch and Standard & Poor's, and they're the ones that look at our financial house and rate us for their bond rating agencies. And based upon their rating, when we issue debt, we're able to borrow money, and we're double A plus. That means we can only go up one step. That would be to AAA, and that's our goal, and we're making progress. And I often get questions about the city's debt, so I thought I might read this a few highlights from the S&P report. Fitch and S&P have both issued their reports. They're on their websites. We're going to issue a press release soon where we summarize this data and give you a link to their reports. But you might find this interesting. S&P said that, is talking about Lubbock, they talked about our strong economy and the diversity, and with some stabilizing institutional influence. They talked about strong management at City Hall with strong financial practices. They talked about a strong budgetary performance. In other words, when we budget something, that's how we operate. And they talked about the fact that our budget has flexibility. In other words, that we've got fund balance. And so we have a rainy day fund, so to speak, if we were to need it. They did talk about our debt. They indicated that they'd like to see our overall debt come down. It's something we're working on, but they said something I think was very important about that. They said that we have a very rapid amortization. In other words, we're paying it off quickly. 71.6 of our debt is scheduled to be retired or paid off in the next 10 years. So very good news there. I get a lot of questions about that. I thought you might be interested in that. Finally, this weekend on Saturday, the Veterans Advisory Commission to the Council is hosting the Salute to Veterans event. It's at the Clarion Hotel on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can find information on the web about it. I think both the AJ and the electronic news agencies have run information on it today or yesterday. You'll see some tomorrow, I would imagine. Also, you can get more information there, who to call. If you need transportation, they've set up transportation for veterans. But a great event by a great group of people who serve our community, many of them veterans, it's appropriate. It's the right thing to do to be a veteran-friendly community, and I'm proud of the efforts that we continue to make in in that on that front. Finally, happy Easter. I hope you have a relaxing weekend. I hope you get to spend time with family. For a community and a country that's based on a Christian foundation, Easter's Super Bowl. And so I hope your Easter is great. Thank you for your prayers, your thoughts, and your good ideas. I look forward to talking to you next week.